Great.
Hey, how are you?
The response you guys showed in the second half. First of all, what was the discussion at halftime, and then I just sort of see all that play out there in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we started the game really well. Obviously, we had the penalty kick. We had a couple more chances. We had good possession, but there was a stretch, and I don't know exactly when it started, middle of the half, where every time we won the ball, we were just giving it right back, and we were just having to defend because of the transitions where we were losing the ball in one or two passes. Then I started to see fatigue start to set in. And then the guys stopped working through the transitions, and it was like, okay, we won the ball and we rested. And the problem was we weren't making options for each other to get out of it, and then we could rest once we had the ball. So I mean, the discussion at halftime was, again, just to make sure that we worked through the transitions. And once we secured the ball, we could rest with the ball a little bit if we needed to, but then also just to choose our moments wisely about attacking and about, again, trying to score goals. Defensively, it was, they were rotating midfielders all over the place, and so it was just about us staying a little bit more compact and closing things off. Obviously, we give up the first goal. But I thought the group stayed pretty calm, and the substitutes that came on made a huge difference in the game. They brought in a lot of energy. They brought in obviously some quality in some of the plays. Dejan's entrance into the game, he almost immediately has an impact on the first goal, just cutting it back. But Jules kept grinding through the half and getting up and down, and I think the guys they worked through it. This is the seventh game, as I've said many times, seventh game in 27 days, I think it was, the third in this block this week. So the guys had a lot of reason to be tired, but I felt like they showed the heart of a team that wants to be champions, and that's what I'm seeing with this group now in the last couple of games. It's just been a different mentality, in my opinion. And so the timing for a break is maybe good in some ways, but maybe not so great in others. But a lot of the guys could use a little bit of a recovery and regeneration of their batteries. So, but really, really happy with the effort, the performance, and just the grittiness in the group.
Greg.
We're not that far apart. You don't. Yeah.
Bail for the people on Zoom.
Yeah.
Talk about just the form Bail has found himself in.
Yeah.
He just seems to be on fire right now.
Yeah, every time Dejan comes in off the bench, he's scored a goal. He's had a goal called back. He's had assists. He's made a difference. He's brought energy. He's brought confidence. He's brought quality in the final actions. So his opportunities are coming and in starts. Hopefully he can continue to do the same thing and do it for large stretches of time. But for sure, he's been an injection of all of those things for us through the course of this month and this stretch. And again, shows his quality in front of the goal, and also just some cleverness on the assists. Both assists were quite clever, actually. His awareness on the field, but also, in the locker room, also gave him a lot of credit for just the defensive work he put in when he came on the field. His off the ball running, just trying to harass the defenders, make it difficult on them, was outstanding. So this is the young man that we thought we were getting, who score goals, and for us now is to keep finding opportunities for him to continue to grow as a player and grow within our team.
Great, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
When you look at Austin, we look at a lot of the young teams in MLS, Atlanta, LAFC, Austin, one of those trying to challenge to be a force. They've hit the skid a little bit lately, but I'm wondering what you think of them, and then what you think of you guys, because you beat them twice in 4 weeks now.
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I think Josh has done a nice job with them. They're one of the teams in the league that they really know how to use the ball. They create problems for you because they rotate players into different positions and they move. And so when you think you have reference points sorted out and you can start to press them or defend them, then guys show up in different areas, and that changes the way you have to defend them. So they do a good job of, again, finding gaps, unbalancing you. Their midfielders are excellent players. Drewsy's a special player. Ring, I've always liked him at NYC and everywhere else. He's a good soccer player and one hell of a competitor. And for me, Pereira has come on as one of the more interesting central midfielders, defensive midfielders in our league. He's just so fluid, and he just covers the ground so quickly with and without the ball. And so I think they have a ton of strength in their midfield. For us, it was again trying to pose as many questions for their back line as possible, try to make them have to defend us, try to create as many chances as possible, and try to manage their attacks because they're very good with the ball. And so I thought by and large we did a good job of that today, and we did a good job there of just trying to disrupt their play through the midfield and what their midfielders, how they were impacting the game.
Are they a little bit advanced and maybe nuanced for a new club trying to develop a culture? It sounds like they're doing a lot of things that you would say are pretty complicated.
Yeah, I think that he has his midfielders, again, with Driussi and Ring, are experienced players. They're not kids. Pereira, I think, has a very clear role, and I think he's advanced quite well over the last year and a half with them and his role. But also coming out of college, he had a lot of those qualities too. I think he's advanced maybe for his age. But I think those guys are really experienced. Their two center backs are experienced guys. They rotate their fullbacks. Those guys also have some experience in Kolmanec and Jimenez. Their wingers, they will rotate from time to time. Rudy's been in our league and been doing his thing, running in behind, creating havoc behind the back line. So, but seeing, Owen Wolf, seeing him get chances, he's a good little player. He's going to be something. So I think they have some experience in key spots, and then I think a guy like Pereira certainly has come along, and I think I like the way Josh sees the game. I like the way he plays, and I think there's not a ton of dissimilarities between some of our ideas and some of their ideas, which is why I always think these games are a little bit interesting, and so yeah, I think they've come a long way in a year. Last year he trusted the team with the ball, and they took some losses because they were working through some of that stuff. And so last year maybe wasn't as successful, but you could see some of their ideas growing within their group. But like I said, they lost some balls and build-outs last year that really cost them results. And this year they've been more secure, and they've been a little bit further along for sure in their ideas. But they're a good group. They have good ideas, and I suspect that they'll be a playoff team this year. I think they have enough quality and enough good ideas to be there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Greg. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you guys scored 2 goals in 4 minutes. Is that the killer instinct that you were looking for from this group?
Yeah, it is. What I liked our start. I liked our start a lot. I thought we did a nice job of that. I liked that. Not that we wanted to give up the first goal, but we gave up the first goal, but we stayed patient, we stayed methodical, we kept trying to do the things that we talked about. This is the first time, by the way, we've come back from a goal down in home since I've been here. So I like that. And I liked that once we got the lead, we stayed disciplined defensively, but we also, when we had the opportunities to really break out, send numbers, and commit ourselves with the opportunity to score another goal, we went for it. So I like the performance. Again, it was not an easy day for this group after the emotional win on Wednesday, because that was a tough game and it was very emotional. To turn around and do it again after a few days, it showed a lot of grit and a strong mentality from the group.
Now we'll take one last question on Zoom from Charles Bohm. Charles, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Charles, now I can.
So Dayon seems to be in a pretty strong case for himself. Do you see him as someone who could start? Can he coexist with Chicharito on the pitch? Maybe have you looked at the pros and cons of tweaking the formation to make that possible?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Again, for me, it's about a couple things. It's them being able to defend together, and then us as a team being able to defend together. It's about consistency when you have 2 forwards on the field, about consistency of scoring goals also. But I think the more opportunity they get, the more I see a connection between the two of them, which has been nice. I think it's something that we can certainly consider as we continue to move forward. You can see Dayon's confidence is not lacking, so that's exciting for us. But to have 2 guys who can put the ball in the back of the net, again, if they can coexist out there on both sides of the ball, then there's no reason why that we can't utilize that as something for our team. So there's certainly a case that's being made now that they've gotten some time together in some of this stretch. They haven't really started together through the stretch, but they've gotten some minutes together and certainly impacted games in that stretch, which makes a case for us to consider that for sure.
That's all we have, Greg.
Okay.